Yogi Berra passes away yesterday at the age of 90, and we remember him in the best way that we can today. And helping us do that is Baseball Hall of Fame President Jeff Idelson with Armin and Levac on 104.5 The Team. Jeff, thanks for joining the program again. And before you became the president of the Baseball Hall of Fame, you worked with the Yankees for a number of years. Tell us about Yogi Berra.
Well, the great thing about Yogi Berra is he appealed to everybody. He just was such a common guy that he became very approachable when he was out and about. And, this is a guy who had an incredible career, 3-time American League MVP, 10 World Series titles, a ring for every finger and every thumb. And yet he was so self-effacing and so endearing to the public that we all felt like we owned a piece of him.
Now, a lot of people, as they get farther away from the prime of their career, farther away from the spotlight, you remember them nicer than they were. That's not the case with Yogi, is it?
No, Yogi was nice all the way through. There couldn't have been a nicer human being, and anybody who dared approach him, I shouldn't say dare approach him, but anybody who approached him found that out firsthand, and that's why it was almost like losing a relative yesterday, not only for those of us that knew him, but that anybody who ever came in contact with him.
Yeah, what's the mood like around the Baseball Hall of Fame today, Jeff?
It's somber. We had a busy day yesterday with a number of fans coming through to pay their respects. The Hall of Fame plaque is adorned with a wreath and flowers, and some other signage is up throughout the museum. And I think for visitors who happen to be in Cooperstown or who are coming by to pay respects, there's almost a calmness about it, or something cerebral about paying tribute to a guy that you appreciated in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Now, for me, I grew up a Yankees fan, born and bred, well aware of Yogi and what he's done. But to see some of the, artifacts, I guess you would call them now, from his career, from his achievements, in Cooperstown always meant so much to me. Is there a lot of Yogi on display right now?
Yeah, he was a pretty generous guy. We have his 51 MVP award. We have a couple of caps that he wore with the Yankees, the glove he used to catch Larson's perfect game, and, of course, the Hall of Fame plaque. All of them great, memorable pieces that help explain Yogi the player and Yogi the Hall of Famer and Yogi the person.
Jeff Idelson with Armin and Levac, president of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Jeff, the rift between the Yankees and Yogi is something that's come up today. As a former Yankee employee, what do you recall? What do you know about that rift that those two sides had?
Well, Yogi was a very proud guy, and he cared about the game so much. And when he was let go the second time by the Yankees, and it wasn't done directly by, George Steinbrenner, with whom he had a relationship, he felt that he was slighted, and at that point decided he wouldn't go back to Yankee Stadium until he had a conversation with George. And it took a number of years, a number of decades for that to happen, and it happened at his museum, and Susan Waldman helped to broker that. And after they sort of made up, and Mr. Steinbrenner came over, and Mia culped, then all of a sudden they had a great relationship again, and Yogi became a fixture at Yankee Stadium.
Jeff, one of the best moments of today has been each person we've talked to, whether it be Jim Leyritz or whoever, they have a Yogi moment that sticks out and first and foremost in their mind. What's your Yogi moment?
Oh my goodness, there are so many Yogi moments. For 25 years I've known him, but probably one of the lesser heard Yogiisms that I know it's lesser heard because he only told it to me, was about 4 or 5 years ago. He came up for Hall of Fame weekend. He was a fixture Hall of Fame weekend. Loved being in Cooperstown. Very early riser. I happened to be over at the Otesaga Resort Hotel where they stay at 6:30 in the morning on a Saturday of induction weekend, and out on the back porch, Yogi sitting there by himself in a rocking chair having a cup of coffee. So I sit down and join him, and we're just connecting and talking, and he it's sort of misting out. And he turns to me and he says, "Jeff, how come it always rains like on Hall of Fame weekend? Why do you always have rain?" I said, "Well, Yogi, we're between these two mountain ranges, the Adirondacks and the Catskills. We're at the base of Otsego Lake, which is 9 miles in length. And, the way the winds are in central New York, it's not unusual for, some rain to blow through here and there. And, that's the case." And, he sits, he digests that, he thinks for a moment, and he turns and looks at me and he says, "Well, why don't you just move it to another weekend when it doesn't rain?" How do you respond to that? You just sort of look at him and nod.
We'll take that into consideration, sir.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thanks, Yogi. Oh, man, good stuff. Jeff Idelson of the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, at Hall of Fame Prez on Twitter. And Prez, I'm getting the staff together in the month of October. We're going to come see you. We're all going to check out the Hall of Fame. And even though baseball is it's heating up, of course, but coming towards an end with October here, still a great time to come see the Hall of Fame headed into the fall and the winter, isn't it?
It absolutely is. I mean, any time's a great time to come, but this time of year is beautiful with the foliage as it is here in central New York, and the museum is busy but not packed. And right before World Series, why not begin to start to think about postseason and visit us in Cooperstown?
President of the Baseball Hall of Fame, Jeff Idelson. Jeff, always great catching up, and on a day like this where we remember a legend like Yogi Berra. Thank you so much for your time and your stories.
Hey, thank you. It's always a pleasure to be with you.